got the Texas Fan Better Podcast.
Jump Bridge, Fifth Ward, Crenshaw.
You know the best out there.
Keno, Funk Diggity 713.
To all my Texans, Texas Nation. If you feeling good, I want you to throw them H's up high. Yeah, like that. I see you. Let's swarm. Yeah, Houston, Texas, born and raised. Yeah, that's where I'm from. The best city in the state. Yeah, we stay turned up. There's excitement in the air for the Houston Texans. We swarming all year, causing havoc, we wrecking. Coming off that edge, we got 5-5-5-5-1. Thing on the outside, locking down your number one. All about the swarm mentality. And the H, standing on business is the way we operate. I rep that 7 like CJ, that 1 like Diggs, that 3 like Dale. H-Town, we doing it big, you know that 12 out here, and don't you never forget, better pick your poison, cause we got Joe in the midst. We rock that battle red, still blue, Liberty white, H-Town blue, drip galore, man, we so fresh, fire like the field. Shout out to the whole squad, chasing greatness, eyes on the prize, one goal, it's time to take it.
Let's get it.
Throw them H's up, throw them H's up, now you throw them H's up, throw them H's up, we throw them H's up, throw them H's up, let's show love for them Texans, cause them Bulls about to perform. Throw them H's up, throw them H's up, now you throw them H's up, throw them H's up, we throw them H's up, throw them H's up, let's show love for them Texans, cause them Bulls.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm your somewhat co-host today. Crenshaw is going to be kicking it off today, but let me introduce the rest of the crew. Like I said, I got Crenshaw with me. What's up, buddy?
What it do?
And the guys we've been missing, and glad you're back. I got Mr. H-Town Honcho himself, Mr. Johnny Honcho. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, H-Town family?
And we had somebody in the lab cooking something up, so I'm glad he's back. He got some stuff about to be dropped, so he's here to spit some Texas news. We got Mr. Patterfull from Texans TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be back. Glad to be back with the guys, man. Let's get it.
And then, guys, we got a special guest. If you are on Texans Twitter, you know this guy very well. He keeps us updated, and he also keeps us talking about the Texans. We got Texans Jacob Barzilla from Texans Twitter. What's going on, brother?
Great. Appreciate y'all having me on. Excited to talk some Texans. Obviously kind of a dull point, but, going to keep talking about Texans for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Crenshaw, go ahead and kick it off, brother.
All right. Let's get to it. First of all, the first question here is, when do you go to sleep, Jacob?
I'm kind of I like the night. I'm a night guy usually. Kind of 12-1-ish is usually my time when I go to sleep.
Okay. Man, I know you had a doppelganger or something, man. Because the page keep going, man. But that's good, man. Putting out that good content and everything. But yeah, fellas, we here today. Really, I really want to talk about the schedule release right now. We briefly got on it last week, but everybody wasn't on the show. I just want to get you guys predictions on the games and the wins, losses this year, and everything. I'm kicking off to you, Jacob. Just give me what games intrigue you the most this upcoming season.
All right, I'll give you 3 games. So I think week 1 against the Rams is really interesting. I think that's a good matchup week 1. You're playing a good team, a good pass rush, good quarterback, good head coach, pretty much a really well-rounded team that they had Philly on the brink this year, and really nobody else competed with Philly like they did throughout the playoffs. And they're a very good football team. They're a good matchup for week 1 for the Texans. I think another good matchup is, kind of later in the season. I think week 9 against Denver is a pretty good matchup. I think probably, in my opinion, maybe the 2 best defenses in the NFL matching up against each other. You get to see Stroud and the new look Texans offense against that Broncos defense, which I think will probably be the best defense in the NFL, if not the Texans. And then, if you look later in the season, I think the game against Buffalo is an interesting one. The Texans played well against Buffalo last season, but we can look back on it and say they probably got a little lucky in those situations with how the Bills managed the clock late in that game. And I think you'll see, Josh Allen, his MVP season last year, will come out this season. We'll see how it looks. You got a Thursday night game. I think that'll be a good one.
All right, all right. And same question to you, Pat. Texans T. Give me
Yes,
the T
sir.
for the season, bro. Give me the T.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna say one game I'm intrigued about would have to be the Buccaneers. I always look at the Buccaneers as probably like our NFC twin, I guess you could say, when it comes down, especially on the defensive side. I think that's a good matchup that could, that'll give us an idea of how tough and how greedy we can get when it comes down to that. To give us a good chance to see how our defense will be. Also, kind of like Jacob said, that Bills game is one I'm very interested in. You know, everybody is high on the Bills, coming in this year. I want to see. I like to see. I think we always have kind of, just had an upper advantage over Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen, he and our defense is better, will be better this season than what it was last. So those two games for sure. The Bucks and the Bills, man. I think we gonna we'll see what's up. Not scared of the Ravens at all. So let me just say that. I seen my boy Ken, know what I'm saying, had some Raven dude on there, whatever, bro. We is not scared of y'all for nothing. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be a different one. So yeah, them the games I'm gonna be tuned in for
Oh,
sure.
all right. Huncho, talk to me.
Man, until we beat these two teams, man, they always gonna be intriguing to me, and that's that Kansas City and Baltimore, man. Last year we got, within range to knock those boys off. We came close. The intriguing part about, the Baltimore game, the last two times we played them, we win the halftime 10-10 and came out and it looked totally different. So, like I said, that until we beat these guys, those are the most intriguing to me. I normally go to a game for my birthday this year. It falls at that Denver game, but man, I want to actually try to get out to KC or something, watching Houston beat these guys. Man, they go forever be intriguing to me. I don't care about no Buffalo, no Indianapolis, no none of them, man. Those two teams right there, and I'm glad to see them back on our schedule.
Already. And Bridge, what you got cooking for the season, man?
Man, I'm intrigued by all of them. I mean, here's why. How many times have you heard from CJ? CJ's been missing. He's in the lab. He's in the lab like Pat. He's cooking. So like, you know, I'm intrigued by all the seasons because I think that Kansas City game left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. But yeah, man, it has to go to the Rams because of the Nick Caley. Kind of you kind of want to see what's happening, and then of course he knows the offense. So hopefully our defense can kind of play a big factor. But who would not like to see a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game like from 2 years ago again? I mean, I wouldn't want the heart rate of them coming back. Like I would like us to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns. But if CJ can cook like he did that game, throw another 3 touchdowns, another 300 yards, and take the victory, I think those two games probably catch my eyes the most.
Yeah, well, this season, Will Anderson is CJ because he's every damn where talking and everything. So that's what's going on this season. I s-
Yeah, but Will Anderson didn't have a sophomore slump like CJ did,
nah,
so
he did. Nah,
he
he
has that
didn't.
room to talk.
He didn't. But Pat, I like your confidence against Baltimore, but bro, and until we beat them, bro, they gonna one up us, man. But I like your confidence against them, though, bro. It just I don't understand why we can't beat these fools, man.
Yeah, bro.
They just
It
got our
gets some,
number.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. And they fans, like I said, bro, they getting to the point now. They think we just, I don't know, like we got some kind of, I don't know, it's just something we can't get over right now. But hell
Yeah.
nah, bro, we not, we gonna take that. We could
Um,
take that.
yeah, and the Ravens is purple, and we the city of serve, so we should be we should
Yeah,
attack them. You know what I'm saying?
hey, hey, it's
you
a
know.
union.
But all right. So Jacob, what do you think about the OC signing, man? Like, is that the guy you wanted when we initially went out for him, or you wanted somebody else to come over?
I was so for me it was the top two was Chip Kelly and Nick Haley.
Mhm.
I was pretty much one of those two guys. I really like Haley. I like the multiple scheme background. I think New England Well, I know people have this kind of tendency to just get rid of the New England guys. I do think that Josh McDaniels is a good offensive coordinator, and you can learn from him along with Sean McVay. I think having both of those is nice. And then, if you want to talk about him bringing along Popovich, I think it's nice that they work together already. They have the chemistry there. So I think Kaylee will be good. I am concerned about the offensive line, no matter what. Like I still think that's an issue, but I think Kaylee will be good.
Okay, okay. So give me your overall record for this year. I know we in May. Oh, he left. Oh, he went off. Okay, there
Oh,
we
I
go.
think it must have kicked me out.
Okay, yeah.
My
All right.
connection
So
was.
It didn't like you talking bad about the offensive line. So.
all right. I know we just in May, but just throw me out a record you think we're gonna have at the end of the year. Just throw me out a record.
Got you. I think 11-6 is realistic. I think
11 and
that's probably where
6.
I'll go. I think they'll probably surprise some people. I was actually, I was kind of going through some stats of the three Baltimore games that they've played since D'Amico and Stroud got here, and it's pure domination. Like you go through the numbers, and it's not even competitive. Like some of the scores, especially like Week 1 in 2023, that's probably the closest game that they've played.
Yep.
Numbers wise, even score like the two last games have been just utter domination,
Oh,
and really the
that
divisional
Christmas
game.
game.
Yeah, the divisional game was actually probably closer on the scoreboard, like especially at half, than it really was when you look at it. Like Steven Sims kind of bailed them out in that game. um, so that's just been an utter domination. But I don't think they're an unbeatable team for the Texans. I actually don't think they're a bad matchup. They just have played really poorly. And Baltimore's really good at exposing what teams are bad at. And what the Texans have been bad at was offensive line play, and just having like mistakes in the wrong situation. And Baltimore's good at taking advantage of that stuff. And Lamar's a bad matchup for
Yeah,
almost every team in the NFL. So
that's
Well, and if you look at D'Amico's weakness is running, is scrambling quarterbacks,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
mhm.
And now, but I think they kind of hopefully Christian Harris comes back because that divisional game, Christian Harris was eating uh, uh, Lamar Jackson all day, and he got
yeah.
hurt, and that's when it can't change the game. But I think that's why you bring in EJ Speed, right? Yeah, his coverage is bad, but he's a great
Good run defender.
spy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
so I
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're going to hopefully change things up.
Hope
yeah. I
so.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. T, I seen your prediction, but let the world know what's your prediction, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think we can pull out 15, man. I think we can
15.
pull out. I think we can pull out 15. Now,
I'm with you, bro.
now this is like I said. And once again, to you Raven fans out there, you Chiefs fans, y'all who the two y'all gonna lose it. Look, I'm just saying it's a possibility, because we or how lucky is playing them. Them be the only two losses I look at. But everybody else, bro, even if we didn't pull out 15, just being, rational, I see this being a 12 to 13 win season. You know what I'm saying? I think this is one of the best defenses that not even in our history, but I think this is gonna be one of the best defenses we've seen in the NFL for a long time. Like a Legion of Boom type of defense, and as we've been seeing with CJ been quiet. Everybody was complaining last year. Too many podcasts. You out there at the Diddy parties. You at the white parties. All right, my bro, chilling. You know what I'm saying? He put up. He locked in. I could see us pulling out by 12, bro, for sure. But hey, 15 is up there for sure.
All
We
right.
ain't
So you
going
say
12.
he locked in, and what if he's locked in, but the offensive line is not locked in? Then what's going to happen? Because you notice when he gets rattled, he don't be the same quarterback, especially last year.
Absolutely. But I will say this, Crenshaw. I've been liking the moves that we've been making with the offensive line.
Okay.
I like how we've been, because even we've had less. We've done better with less. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We used to been scrambling and putting together pieces and trying to see what fits with the offensive line, and even through excuse me, free agency, through the draft, we made some decent moves. So I actually do have confidence that the O line could do something. If not, this gonna be the year that CJ just going to step up and take charge, and step in that role.
That's true. All right, Huncho, give me predictions, bro.
I'm going 12-5, brother.
12
12
and
and
5.
5. I say that, and I got confidence behind it, bro. One thing I can actually, I'm gonna use the word I'm intrigued about is the offensive line. I mean, when you look at all the other positions, we're really, really not hurting anywhere else. But with all these signings that we got on the awesome offensive line, we took a couple Pro Bowlers, couple veterans. Man, training camp for this offensive line is about to be a dogfight, bro. It's about to be a dogfight. These guys want to play for the Miko. These guys want to play for CJ, Nico, all these guys. They see what's on that defensive side, bro. So these guys are out here trying to get a spot, bro. And I feel like the accusations we got, even with losing Tonsil this past, couple months, I feel like that line is already better, bro. I feel like
Hmm.
some of these guys that they went and got, we went. I think the shortest guy on that offensive line is what 6'3", 6'4", something like that, 300 pounds. We're already upgraded in that area. And what excites me the most, also, man, is and I might catch a little heat for this, but I was the one of the ones that wanted to keep Bobby, so I felt it was kind of strange to fire Bobby, with 10-win season. But after seeing what the Texans did with possibly the worst offensive line and locker room issues and shit like that, they still came back and won the division again. If we can at least have a decent line this year, barring the fact that everybody say we had one of the worst, man, hey, 12 wins easy, bro. 12 wins easy. And it's about to be a dogfight on the offensive line. I never really go to training camps, but I'm fucking going this year, bro.
Already, Matt, what you got?
So I'm going to go 11-6, and this is why. I got to see step from D'Amico Ryan's, right? Like this whole let's play for the clock and not the win. It has to change. Like great Buffalo, we almost lost. Green Bay, we should have won. Detroit, how many? I mean, you intercepted Jared Goff 5 times and you still lost. Like, there's games that he needs to tune up. So I think if he does not take a next step, I think we still that 11-6. But I can see a 13-4, a 14-3. I can see that. But I think realistically, it's 11-6, and the only reason why we're 11-6 is because we are resting our players week 18 against the Colts, and they beat us. But who knows? They might be having Danny Dimes back there because they are already tapped out, and we beat them with our with our backup. So who knows? But kind of piggyback on everybody on the offensive line. 2 years ago, we had a top 15 offensive line, and who we have? We had guys like this, a makeshift line of Barry Man misfits, and it helps CJ be CJ right now. You know what I mean? So I think it is. I think it's kind of that same mindset, and also we got offensive line coach and the OC with that swarm mentality. So we're not going to play zone defense or zone offense. It looks like we're going back to the gap and bully blocking. So I mean, you got like Honcho said, you got guys like that, 6'3", 300 pounds. I mean, your second round pick was a left tackle who, boy, man, I wouldn't want to see him in my nightmares. You know what I mean? Like he's going to push people around. So people worrying about the offensive line is let's see. It can't be worse than last year. We're the second most sacked team, the most rushed team, period. And the other thing is, guys, we faced third in more than 173 times last year, and that was the first. The second team was the I think Buccaneers with 78. That's a big difference. That's over 100 more times. Like so, it's not just the line; it's the culture, it's the coaching, and I think we fixed it. Hopefully,
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go 11-6 as well. That Denver game and that at Seattle game, those, I mean, I don't want to call it trap games because I respect those teams because it's hard to win in Seattle and Denver defense is really, 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 really good, man.
Yeah.
and Sean Payton
Yeah,
always gets it going
yeah,
around that
man.
time
So
too.
those games gonna be tough. But okay, So, all right, so we got the predictions out the way and everything. So, Jacob, is there anything so far this season that they did that you didn't see coming that's really surprised you? Where you got the alert on your phone, like, oh shit, okay, I was Texans, I see you.
I would say, I was honestly surprised they didn't address the offensive line more with top end guys. I thought they added a lot of guys, but through the draft, I thought they would draft more than one lineman. I thought they would, in free agency, maybe sign a guy who could play straight guard. And I think there's guys that can play. But I do think more than likely you're going to probably return four starters. I think right guard, I think will be Juice Scruggs. I think center will be Jarrett Patterson. I think left guard's Titus Howard. So I think your interior is going to look pretty similar to how it did in the Chargers game. So I like Ursary a ton. I think he's going to be really good. But I was a little surprised by that. And then I was also surprised that they took two receivers with their top three picks. And I really like both of them. I was a huge Jalen Knoll fan, so I was pretty happy to see that. But I was surprised they did that as well.
Yeah, yeah. I was surprised about, I wanted them to get rid of Kenyon Green, but I wasn't expecting to get CJ back.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
expecting that. That was
Yeah.
like, whoa,
That's
I
another
didn't
one.
think,
Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, I didn't think that was the type of player the Texans will want, you know what I'm saying? So I was
Yeah.
really surprised about that. I think just by adding him is like how Pat just said about the defense, going to turn the defense up to another notch. It's going to make this probably a top 3 or maybe top 5 defense going
I
into the
agree, yeah.
season. And
Right.
just that alone going to keep us in games. It's all about the offensive line, like we keep reiterating, and and then CJ going to year 3. Year 3, that's the year that he's supposed to just take off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and keep our guys healthy, man. I mean, Collins always go down for some type of
Yeah.
injury, and then we gotta rely on rookies to take us to the promised land, throughout the season or whatever. But hopefully we can get it together and everything. Matt, what you got over there?
The most surprised, probably the Jalen Smith pick. Like, I I was surprised because there was so much other talent that we need, like defensive tackle. There was a lot of defensive tackles out there that we could have took, and running backs. Like, I know we got one later on, and they're real high on them, but I think Cam Scatterbo was still there when we took Smith. So like, I mean, like, I get it now, especially, just like Pat said, we're the top defense. We can be the best defense, but we got to stay healthy, right? So we're bringing in guys for that reason. Like, if somebody gets hurt, Jalen Smith can come in, replace a Petrie, a Lassiter, or whatnot. But it's just a little head scratching because there's better talent there than what we took. But I'm gonna trust I'm gonna trust Nick Casario and D'Amico at the end of the day.
Agree. I think it was a reach as well. I think we drafted him a little bit too early. Like you said, we could have got a defensive tackle, but I guess they feel like the guys we have and the rotation we have is going to be good enough.
And I get it because you just brought Sheldon Rankins and you still have the Nico and Tim Settle and Mario. I mean, you still got a lot of talent there at defensive tackle. But when are we going to see D'Amico get his hands on a young, raw, over potential defensive tackle? So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Facts.
and plus I need a running back so that way Mixon ain't carrying the ball all the time. Damian Pierce ain't it, and neither is Gare. Sorry guys, y'all gotta get rid of some of those carries.
Okay. Pat, what you got, man?
Okay. What was the question again, Crenshaw?
What's a move this season that really surprised you? You was like, damn, okay.
I think I'm gonna roll with kind of what you said, probably the CJ Gardner pickup, man. That was shocking because to your point, I didn't think that CJ was the type of player that we would bring into the organization. Just based off kind of, he very outspoken. You know what I'm saying? Even on social media, you'll see him. He getting it. He not afraid to speak his mind. and of course he got the dog mentality that that Nick and D'Amico always say that they look for in players. So, but yeah, that was the one that shocked me. It still be times I be like, bro, we really got Gardner. So yeah, that's the one I'm gonna roll with. And that's gonna be a big man. That's something people sleep on, in my opinion. Like that's a crazy addition.
Yeah, and you had a second year for Kalen Bullock. Like,
Yeah.
bro, it's a cheat code.
Yeah, yeah. Huncho, what you got?
Well, mine is actually, man, we didn't get anybody for it, man. But the biggest surprise to me was, of course, Laramie Tunsil, man.
Yeah,
I was a big Tunsil fan. I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like that LT position and that is the most important position besides CJ. Blocking his blind side, man. And I just didn't feel too comfortable just getting anybody and throwing them over that, man. But hey, again, we at the point where we got to trust the organization, man, and they feel like they can get. I mean, they got some decent pieces out of it. I mean, we didn't, totally lose that trade, but we got some decent pieces out of it, man. But it's just a spot that we need to watch for this season. I'm definitely gonna have my eyes on it, man. But the loss of Laramie Tunsil, man, that one, I took that one kind of hard, bro.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Because I know when it happened, you've been talking about it. So all we can do is hope and pray that, that his blind side is pretty good this year. But I want to go to this segment right here. Okay, Jacob, why don't you tell the listeners and tell us about yourself? How did you get into the Texans content? When did you become a fan, man? Talk to us about it. Let us learn a little bit about you.
Got you. So, really growing up, I was more of a basketball guy. I was, a huge Rockets fan, really starting kind of 2014, 2015. I really got into the Rockets. And then progressively, kind of towards like 2018, I'd always kind of watch the Texans. Like my dad was a huge football guy, so I would watch with him. I really kind of got into the Texans around like 2018, 2019, kind of around when Watson. He got here. I kind of really got into the Texans. And then I didn't really, I'm younger for people that don't know. I'm 19. So I had really gotten into doing the content kind of around 2022-ish, 2023. And I've, just been doing it ever since. It's something that I've always liked because I've always enjoyed sports. And so just been able to, talk about the Texans throughout the off season. And, it's been fun for sure.
So since all right, this is a two-part question.
Got you.
Since you've been a content creator, what's your best Texans memory? And when you wasn't a content creator, what's your best Texans memory?
Before I would say my best Texans memory was probably okay, I went to me and my dad 2019 we went to I think it was like week 5 against Atlanta and it was a Deshaun Watson like 5 touchdown game. Fuller had 250 yards. That was pretty fun. That was one of my favorite Texans memories early. And then since I've been a Texans creator, I would say last year against Arizona, I guess 2 years ago now. Because that was I got Titus Howard. He sent me the tickets to the game, so I was like right behind the Texans sideline, which was pretty cool. And then obviously we won that game. Like it was the last second game. That was pretty cool. That was cool.
Already, man. So of course, winning the Super Bowl is what we all want. What we all
Absolutely.
want. But and this question, this is gonna go around the whole table here. I'm start with you, Jacob. Whenever we win the Super Bowl, what are you gonna do?
I think about this ever so often because it's something that like you don't really because I've kind of thought about like how would I react to it and I really don't know how I'd react to it. Like it would kind of be so like spontaneous. I don't know what I would do. I'm sure I'd be like home watching. I think I would probably be in tears about it. I think that would happen first, and then I really don't know what would happen after that. So like something would happen, but I couldn't tell you. It would be such a like a spontaneous reaction. I don't know.
Texas T, what you gonna do, man?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm definitely gonna drive some waterworks for sure. But but
Yeah,
how I'm gonna
yeah.
do it, yeah, bro. I'm gonna celebrate it like it's a birthday or something. Like I'm talking about look, I know we all strip look, I'm be in the strip club. I'm gonna have the pit going. Know what I'm saying? I am turning up, bro. The whole it's gonna be like a cellar that whole month, bro. I'm gonna feel it like I said. I love this team, bro. I've been a Texas fan since since they been here, came to Houston. Bro, man, I'm gonna drop some tears, man. Look, hey, it's gonna be crazy. That's all I can say, bro. She gonna be crazy. They're like, this nigga Pat Trick.
Huncho, what you gonna do, man?
Hey man, I got to piggyback off of Pat, man. I definitely got to fire up that pit, bro. I don't even know if I'm gonna get some sleep that damn night, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Facts.
I know.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
man, just sitting back thinking. Like, bro, look at all the quarterbacks we've been through. Look at it,
Oh,
defense, the head coach, the scandals,
Man.
all this shit. And now we, hoisting up this trophy, bro. Like, we deserve this shit. I mean, that's why, I got buddies right now that say, that I talk too much stuff about them right now. I mean, hell, look what we been through, bro.
yeah.
Winning 2 and 3 games, and shit like that. Having to have a bad offense, whatever the case is, bro. So hoist that down, trophy in the air. You definitely going to, the parade, all that shit. I went to the
Oh,
Astros shit. I was turned up for that motherfucker. I mean, just bringing that championship to that city, bro. It's an amazing feeling. I mean, hopefully I am still here to see them boys win a ring, but just to even witness it with the Astros, bro, that shit was special, bro.
Yes, it was. And Briggs, you back. I said whenever we do win the Super Bowl, what are you gonna do?
Oh, just like I did when the Astros did, man. I'm gonna tear up. I'm gonna cry, bro. Like I wasn't when I was like eight, 8 or 7 when the Rockets first won it. So I didn't realize how like big of a moment it was, you know. And then shit, none of my teams won it since I was 30. And then the Astros did it. It made me realize like this shit doesn't come around to every. We're
yeah.
Mhm.
not lucky.
Facts.
We're not Chiefs fans. We're not Lakers fans. We're not Patriots fans. This stuff don't come around very often. So we gotta cherish it. And like I tell my nephews, they're as Astros fans. I mean, they've been spoiled the last 8 years. So it's humbling. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I'm probably gonna get drunk, shoot some fireworks off because I live here in Chiefs Kingdom, so I'm gonna be acting a fool. Like I'll probably get
Yeah,
arrested. So
I think everybody that trolled me over the years that the Texans would never win shit, those the guys I'm going at first. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm going
yeah.
right at
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
one
Yeah.
hundred,
I'm going
one
at
hundred.
them, man, and then like I say, man, I'm gonna cry too, man. So much money spent on these guys, and heart attacks and all type of shit, man. And then you're gonna say,
For
yeah,
real.
man, it was all worth it at the end, man. And
Yeah.
just to win it, I want that feeling, bro. I want that feeling because see, once you win it, you get respect. You know how we
Yeah.
always say, damn, we don't get no respect. We always the first playoff game every fucking year. They don't respect us because we ain't won shit. So we gotta earn their respect. We gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I ain't gonna lie. No, if when we win it, no Titans fans say. I'm coming after every single one of them. Every single one of them. I want to
already,
hear it.
man. Already, man. You gotta let it be known, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, right now, I mean, the only team in our division, hold on. Yeah, only the Colts got a Super Bowl in our division, right? Okay,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, man. So I want to be that team, man. I want to be that team, man. Um, you got anything else, Matt?
No, not that I know of. I can't think off the top of my
Okay.
head.
So Draco, you got anything you want to share with us before we jump off this pod?
Sure. I
Oh,
actually, when we were talking about this conversation, we were talking about the championships. I do have something to add to that because, so for me, I've never been like the biggest baseball guy. So for the Astros championships, they were cool, but they didn't mean all that much to me. Like the closest I've been in my lifetime, because obviously, like I'm younger than all y'all. I hadn't really seen. I was there for the Rockets. I didn't see any of that. Was this year with U of H? Like that was my. I went to both of the games and like just getting to experience that and losing in that situation is like a whole nother motivation of like we got to get that, we got to go get that championship because that feeling is unbelievable. And then the other thing I was going to add, the first Texans game I ever went to was actually, we were talking about all the quarterbacks we've had, was the game where against the Rams, and I think 2013, where Schaub got hurt and then booed off the field. So that was the first game I had ever been to. And like you said, we've been through a lot. So that
man.
championship's going to be, it's going to be something special for sure.
Okay, now earlier you say you was a basketball fan first, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna ask you a quick basketball question.
I got you.
Are you want to keep the team the way they are? You want Giannis? You want KD? You want Booker? Give me your thoughts on that right there.
I got you. So for me, I'm on the side, like, I'm cool with most of the guys. I think Ben Thompson's awesome. I wouldn't move him for Giannis. I would move Şengün for Giannis if that was a possibility. I would do that because I think Giannis, you get a top 3 player in his prime in that sense. But I think Jalen Green, I think that guy, he's got to go. I'm not sold on him. I think KD would be a good option. I like Booker. I would look at Donovan Mitchell too if the Cavs. If the Cavs had interest in moving him at all. I know he hasn't necessarily gotten past the point of the second round, but I do think the Rockets are a good situation for any star like that to step into. There's a lot of good talent on the team. They just don't necessarily have the top guy. So I would explore the options, but I'm cool with running back the team except Green. I would get him out and then I would get some more Reed Shepherd minutes next year as well. I like Tari Eason. I like Jabari. I like most of the core, so.
Yeah, most of the cards. Yeah, Jalen Green. I mean, I don't know. Someone had one of his kids kidnapped. I don't know what the hell was going on with that guy, but he was really bad, really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I just got something to say to Jacob. Jacob, I gotta commend you, brother, for being a young person on Twitter. Crenshaw probably gonna back me up on this, but thank you for showing your face. That way we know who you're talking about. A lot of you young cats, like y'all have these pictures of players or of a monkey or whatever. We don't know who we're talking to. So thank you for letting
absolutely
us know who you are.
So it was actually funny because I had for the longest time my profile picture was like a Texans player, but I had my pinned tweet as like me because I think it's weird to talk about stuff like that and not have yourself there because it's just one of those things. I don't like when people do that. So I have respect of it, but I finally found a good picture to put as my profile picture. So I was like, I'll do that. And then we'll move on, especially because I wanted to make it more like Texans based versus like when it was like just Stroud, it was like, I don't want people to think I'm just a fan of one player. Like I talk about the team more than just one player. So.
Yeah, well, like I said, Chris,
yeah, man. Because I just want to know, who you talking to, because you don't know you don't know if you're talking to a man, a woman, alien, cat. You don't know who the hell you're talking to these days, man.
For sure, bro. For sure, I got you.
But okay, Matt, you want to do what you said earlier?
Oh yeah, I just want to say, kind of give a little, I mean, not moment of silence, but a little shout out to. I hate to do it to Colts fans, but in time of need, this is it. Their owner Jim Irsay passed away in his sleep at I think the age of 87. So our thoughts and prayers to his family. But once the season comes, it's gloves are off. We're not holding back. Sorry, guys.
On that is.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers today. But when the season starts, it's all gloves off for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
okay, so I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but I'll leave it alone. I was gonna say
y'all
something.
follow me on X. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
We already seen it, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up, but I said I ain't gonna go there. But all right. So that's all. So Jacob, tell everybody where they could follow your great work at, man, and we keep on supporting you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So Texans Jacob on both X and Instagram. I'm a content creator for Sleeper, the sports app. So you can go join the Texans community on there. I have all my posts in there. It's a pretty cool community with a lot of Texans fans that you get to talk and interact with people. So yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on for sure. It was a good time.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. T, plug your shit, man. T.
Oh, here we go, man. Y'all follow me on Twitter, Texas TTV. Also on TikTok, Texas TTV, man. Y'all stay tuned in. We got a new tape finna drop. I'm gonna keep y'all posted with that. Talking to Texas, probably in a couple of weeks. It should be out, man. All stream platforms. Also, man, shout out that boy Drizzy Drake. You feel me? Yeah.
Huncho, man. Huncho. Go ahead, man.
Man, you can find me at H-Time Huncho 713 on X, man, and Huncho Johnny on the Instagram, Huncho Johnny on the Facebook, man. Good night, man. Thanks for having me again, Jacob, man. It's cool talking to you. Like Matt said earlier, man, for you to be so young, man, putting out that type of content, man, it's a nice thing to see, brother. So keep it up.
I appreciate it, man.
Chef, cook it up.
Oh yeah, I mean you can find me at A1 Day One Texans where I'll be cooking some stuff up. About to be dropping some new articles on our Substack, so make sure you check that out. And of course, man, check out everything on Texas Fan Battle. We got something always going on.
Yes, sir, man. You can follow me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw everywhere, and y'all can follow Kenneth at Here Ken Out, and
Yeah, he couldn't make it because he's celebrating how good Kendrick is over Drake. So
yeah, that's what's going on over there. You know, that's what's going on. You know,
I'm gonna holler at y'all boy later, man.
yeah, but yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, keep following the page, supporting the page, man. And like I said, we all Texans fans. We all want to see good things and everything. So, like I say, Jacob, keep up the good work, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, right now you young, and you're only gonna get better and better and better. More opportunities gonna come your way. I like the way you talk. You talk real professional and everything. So keep it up, bro. And great things coming your way. On that note, Matt.
I'ma calm down. Once we chop it up, there's an H-Town anthem, so we gotta slow it up.
This the best podcast known to man. We been raw. You heard it here first from Keno and Fifth Ward Crenshaw.